just make all this money, but they don't understand. But like a lot of people don't understand or look at it unless you're like compete these things that um, the NBA, the NFL, those are like unique unicorns in the realm of
Yeah.
like sports. There's so many different sports leagues that most people don't never heard of, and people are quote unquote professional sports athletes. You know, you're paying your way, you're doing fundraising to get your way to different places. You know, like I helped someone fundraise to get a couple of different people to like to nationals this weekend. You know, because they couldn't afford to go. Like well, who you sponsor? Like I got a full time gig. I got a job. I don't have any sponsors. No one's sponsoring my ass. I'm paying my way, and it just like ridiculous, especially like when you watch different leagues. Like we need to get paid more. Like,
God,
yeah,
like, imagine getting an NIL deal and then going to a pro sport and making less money than your NIL deal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you look at a lot of the college athletes, they get those sponsorships, and then some of them just don't pan out, or they'll go into a career that they have a job, they have a sports league that doesn't pay them the same financial benefits.
Correct. Yeah. And there's other different things you can do. Like that's why I always thought it was BS, like the college athletes not getting paid to like do anything, because like, oh, it's all, amateurs, like, yeah, but the injuries are real. Injuries are real. There's stuff like there's parts of my knee that still hurts from stuff I did for college sports. So like, yoga has like shaped up most of it and gave me a lot of my mobility back. But like, no.
Right.
The paychecks weren't real. But it was, hello everybody, welcome to an exciting new episode of Low Key on the Wheels Server Network. We have actually a lot to get to, so we're going to check the intro. We're not going to go into like a 50-minute thing on spiel on whatever the heck's going on in my mind. Not this week. So we just got a lot of things to do, a lot of things we need to get to cover. So yeah. So it's going to be a fun one. So yeah. So I'll be your host for this evening. My name is Harry, aka the Movie Target, and should be a fun evening. But as you guys know, I do not go solo. I bring a cast of characters with me, and I bring also the great, the solo, the last one left, the great white one, Reinhold. So when you go say hi? Yeah, we can't hear him. He's probably mourning because a mud just fall this week. No, he's probably sad.
No, I did have my thing on mute because I was grabbing a quick bite while you guys were talking.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But, nope, just you have to give me been up for 48 hours, so it'll be fun.
It's okay. I'm gonna be you soon. I'm gonna be you. I'm gonna be that.
Gonna be me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up for like 48 hours. It's gonna be great.
Sounds terrible. Sounds awful.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing. Barely get any inconvenience. It's always great when you say barely get inconvenience, because most people like know the YouTube channel. Bro. They just starting laughing.
It's a meme.
Yeah, I have said that in meetings, and they just I've just had like professional people just crack up laughing. It's just like, because they know like, oh, you watched that? Like, yeah, I watched that show. Anyways. And then that laugh that you hear is the most famous laugh on the network. Vincent, when you go say hi.
Hey everyone, we're here. We're going to talk about a lot of things that immediately happened after the last week's episode.
Yeah, because there's a lot of different stuff like rumbling up, and a lot of stuff is going on. Like I watched the short fat otaku autistic takedown of the No Mercy game, not the WWE No Mercy game.
I mean,
the other No Mercy game, and I'm upset that I actually know all the endings of that game, and it's not as bad as people say it is. And I hate that I know that.
Point of reference for people, what he's talking about is that was the game that the company that based out of Australia, what the fuck is it called, Harry? Whatever.
Collective Shout, yeah.
Collective Shout, used as a catalyst to try to push, and by try I mean succeed, to push the payment processors to do more censorship stuff for Steam. And then itch.io, which that one happened after we recorded the episode last week. And the itch.io one is way worse. It is 10 times worse than the Steam one.
Yeah, every game company right now, a lot of game companies are catching strays, and some of them have caught strays right before Gen Con which is the worst. Like a lot of companies are like, hey, we're going to Gen Con. We have our board game and this other game that we have digital, like we can't tell anyone about, and it's Gen Con weekends coming up. And they're just like, it's messed up. So anyway,
it's gone.
Which Gen Con is the most of the country's largest gaming convention. Is happening here in Indianapolis. Best 4 days in gaming, technically 5 games or 7 if you know what you're doing, right? I used to go all the time. I started going not because it's just more of it's just so large at this point. It's more of like I can understand like when people come like Comic-Con was fun until it got this. Yeah, it's kind of like too big. I don't like it anymore.
I never thought of it that way. I used to go to Milwaukee a couple times when it was up there, and then they moved to Indy, and I was like, oh my God, it's here in my backyard. I'll be able to go every year.
Yep.
And then life happened.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, I got to take vacation during that week and have to get it all, I plan it out, and then I can never.
Yep.
With my job, it's really hard to do because
correct. Same with mine.
Projects and things are happening, so I'm just like,
yep. And a lot of people in my department wants to take it off and go for it. And I enjoy going to it, right? And my wife likes walking around in dealer hall and doing the activities down there. And it's even where I proposed to my wife. I proposed at Gen Con. I love the place. And it's just more of like, so much I was spending, all the stuff I was doing. And I just like, I don't know, man. I gotta, I don't know.
I had some friends of mine. We used to do tabletop gaming every week, and it was a group of people I work with, and we all lived here in Indy, and so we would go down and get a hotel. One guy would come in from out of town. We get a hotel room, and we just play games at the hotel room during the nights, and
Yep, but yeah. It's fun. Come to Gen Con. Come. It's awesome. It is a wild ride. If you're into gaming, something like that, it's a huge blast. It's a great time down in Indianapolis. I'm always hoping for the one time it does line up for Black Expo weekend to happen around the same time. But it uses the convention center, so that will never happen. But
it did. I think the FFA or the it was either the FFA or the
Firefighters
Gun Owners Association. No, the Future Farmers of America.
Yeah, but there's FFA, the big firefighters convention. What are you trying to get to? Skip to the end.
Oh, there was a gun owners. I can't remember the name of the gun company. The
NRA.
NRA. Yeah, the NRA had something one year about the same time.
Yeah,
and it's just like when those coincide, getting around downtown it's already a nightmare if there's one of them.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's made for the convention. The city was kind of re-engineered to be made for this convention.
Yep.
And they can handle a really big convention.
Yep.
But 2 or 3 of them at the same time gets a little bit tricky.
I don't know. It's gotten a lot. Indy has gotten a lot better at it. I'm telling you right now, it is. Yeah.
Well, since the Super Bowl really helped.
Since the Super Bowl, right? Since the Super Bowl, it has gotten a lot better at doing multiple at the exact same time. Like last weekend was Black Expo weekend and WNBA All Star Game. So like those 2 different groups that the only thing that's solidarity is hooping. And hey.
Plus, I'm also a member of a bunch of Gen Con groups on Facebook, and apparently the last couple of years have been very, very political issues going on.
So just Gen Con
not like politics, but
okay.
like internal fighting between people who are trying to run the thing. And
that
kind of.
I mean,
I'm not getting into that. Yeah, that's always happening with Gen Con, and the whole Wizard of the Coast OpenGL saga is just like soured a lot of different people. But anyways, so B2.
But yeah, so well, we'll finish up on the HIO thing real quick before we switch over to VTubers. But yeah, no, there are a lot of games that are not NSFW that are barely incontrovertible at all. It has no controversy. It's just a whatever game that got hit because it was tangentially connected to something that could have been potentially not safe for work. So tons of things on HIO just gone instantly, just removed entirely in order to salvage what was already there. The ones that they could that were labeled as safe for work for them. So it is insane with that, because then you also have on top of that what's going on in the EU. with the EU censorship laws and people, losing their mind because they have to put their ID on the Discord if they want to use Discord for NSFW stuff. So
Right.
so people are losing their mind on top of that as well.
Yep. Which
that's not a good thing. We found out. It's not really
yeah, it's not a good thing. Well, if you don't have the capabilities to store the cybersecurity, or even if you do, the idea that we have to give our documentation to show to someone who we are without the proper security protocols, the aspect of what this is, there's no forethought thinking. So if you do it incorrectly, your app can accidentally dox all of your users.
Yeah, but that's my business. I'm just.
It's happening a lot more with the vibe coding because
nobody, So people are vibe coding with ChatGPT, and other large language models, you're vibe coding out there, and it just shows how dangerous this is. From well, just show me your ID, but it's not live, so you have to upload a photo, and how you getting it to the person isn't encrypted, and what do they do with the photo, and then all your information is also on this thing that you're just giving to just watch, need access to the site or do anything like that. A lot of different people have their social security numbers on their IDs, right? Everything's about them on there, and I think there is more potential for more harm giving that information out than anything else, than the potential some teenagers seeing inappropriate content. Because at the end of the day, I think the barrier to entry of an 18-year-old getting on the internet is the simple fact that you have to have a credit card or something like that to get internet access and to buy the device. You basically signed them and got them on the net. That it is your responsibility. I don't get it. Right. I don't understand this whole aspect of I just give my teenager access to the internet and walk away. What's wrong with you?
And places like libraries or other places they could get access to it have controls in place for that sort of thing. You have to present, physically present them on ID to get into certain areas. So that's not the problem. The problem is people at home. Yeah, that's really kind of something we need to stop doing.
Right, and the regulation is blanketed to go after these large companies, right? And they're not meant for the smaller ones. Which is also sickening with it is that there are one of my favorite subreddits is our YouTube titties, and you can go on that subreddit and you could just go and just find you don't have to log into YouTube at all and watch all the titties you want.
Well, the other thing too is, so in Indiana, it's you can't go to Pornhub without, all this. Actually, you can't actually go to Pornhub.
Stop saying
what I'm saying is,
say the hub. Can you say the hub? Can you say the hub?
The hub.
There you go. Thank you.
To the hub.
Thank you.
But all you need to do is throw a free VPN device out. Done. You're good to go. Right?
Yeah. Most of the
not
free
really
VPNs,
stopping anything.
Most of the free VPNs won't let you stream, so you got to pay $5 a month.
Okay. But I know there's some that don't. I mean, no, Proton doesn't. But
Proton you're not supposed to stream on the free one on Proton. That's bad. Free Proton, you're not supposed to stream video. Okay,
not supposed to do that, right?
That's bad. Gotta pay. Anyway, so dox people.
yeah. So apparently there's an app called T that the T app. It got a bunch of 4chan hacked into it. It's hey, here you go. Allegedly.
It wasn't a hack. Allegedly. It wasn't a hack.
Yeah, allegedly hacked. Yeah. It's hey, look, found this.
There was no hack. The stuff was made publicly available on the internet with no login requirements. All you had to do is go to the web page and you can see all of the data, including video, pictures, ID information. People were able to create mappings of all these women's locations based off their addresses, based off of the IDs with their pictures. So people could go and find them if they wanted to.
Yep. Which just shows the danger of putting all our IDs inside of something like that. So even a third party company that's doing that, it's they're at risk because now wow, that's a massive pot for to find any piece of information to steal identities. And believe it, and thanks to the Orange Cheeto Man and his ice ninjas, having an alternate U.S. identity is very profitable right now.
And it's not even alternate identity at this point. They're stealing identities at this point. It's where these women look like and where they live.
Right. Exactly.
That's
scary. Yeah.
Just thinking about that. Yeah. It's just insane.
Yeah. And then they're thinking that, oh, this solves all the problems. Or my favorite argument is like, well, some of them don't need you to put your ID. It just needs to scan your face.
Scan my face.
Huh? Yeah, you scan your face.
Just give them my whole face scan.
which is almost, if not significantly worse in every way, shape, and form. So he's like, yeah, no, that's
because different. There's different if it happened like client side. The client side, oh, it verified like that. And even these things, it just verifies your account one time, and then you can log in. It's not like it does it every freaking time, right? So the whole aspect of like, I paid some old bum to buy me beer at the liquor store. I paid some old bum to use his face so I can get into the hub. It's all stupid.
Right. I mean, you can create a picture and put it up and fool those scanners.
Yeah.
Those camera scanners.
Atropos 84. What was the justification of the TIP requiring IDs to begin with? They wanted to make sure they wanted to gate it so it was women only. So that was the problem. That's why they wanted to do it. They wanted to make sure you had an F on your ID or they weren't letting you in. Simple as that. And since they did it that way, they required ID. But that's the exact same way they would have to do to, do an age gate. Make sure
get your date of birth, your of age.
Right. And they did some crazy stuff. Was like, because like Steam can't do like credit card stuff like that because well, you get a gift card. They can circumvent to get a gift card and get it on Steam. I'm like, okay, so it's a lot of work for this kid to go out and buy a gaming PC, and,
right?
Get a gift card. It's like, what's going on here?
This is the cyclical cycle of everything. How it always happens. They use kids as a scapegoat and for everything that they want to do because they want to control it. Right?
Correct. Yeah. It's what they've always wanted. Brian will probably remember, and we've talked about it before. Is like the encryption wars of the '90s. Which is still raging on. It was never really settled. They always keep wanting it back, and they want to be able to, especially with stuff with the Napster stuff, they want to be able to tell you your IP address is who you are. They want you are your IP address. They want that to be who you are. They want you, and this is their backdoor way of getting it. They want to remove anonymity from the network, from the grid. And they're going to use the bad actor. They're going to use bad actors and every other underhanded thing to go after it. Which the bad actors are still going to activate on the network using, other dark sites. They've never gone out thing popular. Like I said, like the worst thing they ever did to the hub was try to go after his payment process. Was like, listen, like they'll play ball. They'll play ball in compliance. Look, they'll play ball, but you've got to let them in. And if you don't, they don't have to play ball. You go over a scummy Russian pay thing, and then Russian servers and do what the heck they want. Yeah.
I mean, all I know is that a lot of these people care about the children until there's a list that might actually protect children, and they don't want to talk about it anymore. But
why are you bringing up the list?
What list?
What list?
What list?
What list? There's no list.
There's no list. There's no list. What are you talking about?
Anyways, I will give it to you, though. I will give it to you.
Did you see the?
By the time
the thing today?
By the time this show gets published, Ghislaine Maxwell was probably been pardoned.
Pardoned. But did you see somebody asked the president about Epstein, and he shot back, "I can't believe you guys are still talking about this."
Mm-hmm.
Talking about this.
Okay, guys. It's gonna go away because you want it to, man.
I know, it's true, man. It's like that bad black Bush argument for this show. Oil, what are you? Let's get out of here.
Flipped it over.
I know. And they release it everything. Like everything is like and they keep trying to get us distracted. Thinking, but this list, pay attention.
Yeah, but that's how it works. Yeah. I mean, they want to,
Yeah. In regards to adult studies showing the prohibition of online adult content has pushed the average age for exposure for men so low as 10 years old. Do you guys believe there's anything that can be done regulation-wise? Sometimes the government can't solve all issues. That is a parenting issue. Because
do you think I wasn't exposed to porn when I was 10 years old.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. The idea that like
There was no
10-year-old
internet.
yeah. Because what safeguards did you have? There's no password on a magazine.
Yeah. I
Right?
mean,
Rhino has talked about how he's found sticky magazines in the underneath beds and
yeah, in Mac
It used to be a thing. Before the internet was the thing, that's how it was done. You
Yeah.
go to
Right, it was
hotels
word
and
of
you
mouth.
lift up the
People
mattress.
would
Mhm.
distribute it.
Or you-
It's
or you
also
find-
this.
You find the porns in your grandparents' house
Right.
or your uncle's
Mhm.
house or something
Yeah.
like that. Or some neighbor kid has found something and he's got one squirreled away, and you go, you had access to it. It
Correct.
wasn't maybe as easy as or as whatever, but it was still, there.
One kid's going to get access and he's going to share it around.
Yeah.
It's just kind of what it is, what is happening. Yes, is it bad for a young person to get access to it? Oh, 100%. Should the parents be there? 100%. It's the same way, like, with a gun. I really don't think, 10-year-olds should be around like guns like this, without parent supervision. Okay. Where are you at?
I'm going to have a hot take.
What? We just going to leave guns out on the table?
No, I think it's
Oh.
better for kids to have access to some sort of informational
So wait for
way of learning about the opposite sex, so they don't try to force what they want to find out on live people. You know what I mean?
But Reinhold, if our boys don't know anything about things about women, where are these women going to have these tragic backstories in high school going to come from, Reinhold?
If we don't allow that to happen, then where are the future strippers of America going to come from?
Yeah, the issue there though is going back to the porn thing is that it is the easiest thing to use to go, oh well, it's ruining everybody, blah 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 blah. Right?
That's how our lieutenant governor got into office.
Mm-hmm. Like if you think about the amount of how much we've normalized explosions and death and violence. And how much if a kid watches the news, they will see so much death and destruction, but God forbid they see a nipple.
Yeah.
And you act like that porn is ruining the children.
Yeah.
But then you also have the other side of it of if you have adults in your life who will talk to you and discuss it and you actually learn about sex, and it's not this taboo hush hush thing, people are way more willing to understand it and not become like these crazy people about it when it's not a taboo. Correct. That's when sex becomes a taboo. That's where you run into a lot of problems. That's why that's why there was for a long time there's so much teen pregnancy, is because you were told abstinence is the only way. So when they decide not to be abstinent, they had kids because they didn't know what else to do because they weren't taught safe sex or anything else along those lines. Do I think that porn is realistic? No, it's definitely not realistic. It's terrible. But that plus having an actual conversation with a person who knows what sex really is and them establishing like, hey, this is a fantasy. This isn't real. So whenever you end up with a partner, don't just,
just gotta
don't just, be a DJ or try to scratch off a lottery ticket, right?
Or from fanfics. I want to bring this up because 30th anniversary of Gundam Wing. Bernier fuel is not lube. Okay, right? You can't use jet fuel for lube.
Yeah, but it's.
What good is jet fuel for? You can't use it for lube. You can't use it to melt steel beams. What's the point?
Okay.
But yeah, it's a completely like the censoring of that element of it. You're just taking a part of a basic instinct and baser parts of humanity and then pushing it to a point where they're already at an age where they already misunderstand what's happening with it.
Yeah.
And then forcing them to figure it out.
Right. Yeah.
It becomes an obsession and a need and a drive, and it pushes people to do things they normally wouldn't do if they just had the answers they were looking for.
Yeah. Which the other thing is, like, you see, especially like in like suburban districts, they'll shout and scream of, especially to people of color, black parents, like, "Where are the parents? The parents need to be held responsible." But then when it comes to like their kids and their white kids at home working on the internet, then it's like, "Oh, the government's got to do something. Nothing I can do. Nothing I can freaking do. I just bought them the phone with unlimited data. Nothing I can do."
Yeah, I bought
Nothing I
him
can do.
the $1,000 iPhone that runs.
I got him the 65-inch 4K TV, connected internet. Nothing I can do.
Nothing I can do about it, man.
Beyond me, man. I don't even know how that happened.
Well,
Why did they allow it out there for them kids?
Do I have to talk to my kids? No.
Gross.
I let them do their own thing. I do other things. But it's the other issue, right? The other thing is that they're going, think of the children, think of the children.
Mm-hmm.
If they spend any amount of time right now with the Zoomers,
mm-hmm.
they realize the Zoomers don't care about porn as is. Shut the fuck up. They don't. They literally go, "We want more platonic relationships in our movies. We don't care about relationships. We want these people to be friends."
Yep.
So think of the children. They're not thinking about it at all anyway.
At all.
So I don't know. Like,
they're not thinking about. They're not thinking about porn. They're not thinking about alcohol either. That's all they're doing.
Right.
That's all they're doing.
They don't care about that stuff.
Yeah, it's yeah. The kids are gonna be all right. But it also just shows you like what's a lot of the things like the ID laws, stuff like that, and it goes to show you if the government actually wants something like taking away your freedoms, oh by golly, they can make sure this program rolls out and with heavy fines. So the fine that is going out is like it's like massive, but it's like $1 million worth of fine or a percentage of your global revenue, right? Not profit, revenue. So what you take in global sale revenue, and or whatever is larger. So like it shows them like they can easily when they want something to crush a freedom, they could draft the bill, get it out there, and have it have some serious teeth. But anything else, nothing we can do. Nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do. I don't know, man.
We can do, man. Nothing we can do, man. I'm sorry, man. They just flying private islands and all that.
Socialism, I know about, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
communism.
That is communism. Because like, just remember these governments that could do all these fines stuff like that. Best they could give you was a $600 check during COVID. Okay, best they could do.
Yeah, it's just it's frustrating. The whole thing is frustrating.
Yeah, it's mildly frustrating, and it's just squashing different freedoms of like people to get online and do different stuff. Like, it is. I don't know. I can see the idea of going after bad actors and going after taking different things, but like, this isn't the way. This is This is going back to the appeasement, and this is also with the idea of like it's the same dressing up argument of like Mortal Kombat is going to make people violent with titties again, and it's the same argument I've had again. It is yeah.
But don't worry. But if we put it in commercials,
Correct. Commercials.
If we put it in TV show, it's fine.
Commercials. Yeah. I know,
and
right?
We make it even more unrealistic and more convoluted to what reality is. It's fine.
Yeah, commercials, daytime TV shows. Yeah, it's yeah. Yep.
So yeah,
sucks.
That is terrible. And
when they try to solve problems like that, they suck.
Exactly.
That's a problem they can't solve, but they are willing to use everything to solve that problem. When there's other problems like, hey, we've got this housing issue, we've got this transportation issues. These are things that you have monopolies over that you can help solve.
Nah.
I'm gonna stop you there. This internet issue. Yeah, we're gonna go. Let's go do that.
Yeah. Wealth inequality. We got institutional racism, all this stuff. Just
Can't even
turn a
do
blind eye to. Don't even pretend it exists.
Yeah.
Global warming,
The
whatever.
the
It's
the,
hoax.
the leaders in power have been in power for 30, 40, 50 years without changing regimen or a regime or anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
It's
fine.
fine.
Now that swamp got drained, baby. You know that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Which is
Who's
and it
the oldest senator?
oh, damn.
Were they born during Jim Crow law?
Which is like strangely enough when you try to explain to people like most of these boomers, I'm sorry, depending where they're born, they probably said the N word. Okay, all right, they definitely use the F slur word. Okay,
Are there female senators who at one time were refused a checking account because they weren't allowed to without a husband's permission?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of that too. There's a lot of that too.
Absolutely.
Yep. It's okay. They already had too much freedom. We rolled back some of that this last year, anyways.
See, the government aren't like games. You can't unlaunch a bill.
Okay, so
I did see somebody.
They did unlaunch Roe v. Wade. Okay, they unlaunched that. They brought that back to beta.
That's not a bill, though. That's not a bill, though.
And they're getting ready to launch the same-sex marriage decision too.
Yeah, that's going to go back to beta, and then they're going to go after their interracial marriage, and then
Civil Rights Act. The Voting Rights Act is pretty much dead in the water now, and they're trying after the Civil Rights Act now.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is probably the last time you see Vincent will probably get deported next week. Anyway, so unlocking games.
Hilarious. I can't go to Samoa. I don't know that language.
They don't care.
Yeah, 1 week it'll just be me on here going, "Hey, welcome to White Power Hour."
So
I miss right. Yeah,
Wow.
it would be like I miss my wife.
I miss my wife, Tails. I miss her a lot.
It is quiet, but I miss my wife. Sorry, right? It's true, and you know it. Anyways, go.
So, game came out in June. Surprise release for the game Splitgate 2. It was on Steam. It was on the Steam banner for a while since it was dropped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they announced on the 22nd that they were unlaunching the game. They were taking the game that they already launched and go, no, putting it back in beta. We know that some people bought the game and already have it and playing it. We're unlaunching it and it's back in beta now. Oh, and also we fired a bunch of staff too. It was like, but we realized the game wasn't very good, and there's literally them talking about them trying to fix the game because they like Splitgate 2 was a sequel to the original game Splitgate. There's a bunch of criticism about Splitgate. They try to take it to heart. It's like, oh, we're gonna take people's opinions on this. So they read every Reddit post about Splitgate 1 about how it could have been balanced. Every tweet, or they're going through all these things of yes, we balanced it based on fucking Twitter and Reddit. And we also didn't announce a bunch of gameplay things because we wanted it to be a surprise. It was a surprise for you guys to have this thing that we've been working on.
Oh, that's
so the people who bought the game, are they now official beta testers, or do they just get jacked?
Well, I mean, basically, it's like the game isn't gone; it still technically exists. We also sorry about our $80 skin bundle at launch.
Oh my god, $80 skin bundle
at launch, at fucking launch.
F that. F that.
So yeah, and then they laid off a bunch of people in their studio. So now we're just looking at a game where if you bought the game, you're now a beta tester for a game that could potentially no longer exist. And if you spent $80 on that skin bundle, that's $80 you lost out on, bro.
Darn. Darn transfers. How do you do that? You just roll back. You can't.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
out.
no,
The game's release, so it's just an open beta or is it closed beta?
So they probably took it so you can't get it anymore on the launcher, but people who already bought it still have the game that they could technically run.
Yeah, the game will remain in a beta state and continue to get support. But they basically pause the entire game till next year.
Man, which way some sort of regulation to help get businesses doing any fraud.
Hey,
as long as they protected my kid from titties.
Well,
at least No Man's Sky. Yeah, at least No Man's Sky kept it out there and said, "Hey, you guys, we know there's trouble with it. Just if you want to play,
they just kept working on it. They kept making it better, and they kept building on it.
Yeah, but they didn't pull it for a year
Exactly.
and then work on it to make. They just said, "Hey, it is what it is right now. We're going to work on it and make it better. But if you want to play it now, you can still play it.
Yeah.
So here's
with all the bugs and everything."
This isn't the only game that's ever done this.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
This isn't the only game in recent years that've done this as well.
Okay.
Do you remember Multiverses?
Yes.
The DC Smash Bros. Like the
yes.
Warner Brothers Smash Brothers game.
I remember being excited for that game. Yes.
So they released it, and then they went like, "Oh, people are liking this, so we're gonna pull it away. We're gonna shut the servers down while we fix the game."
Mm-hmm.
And then they put it back out, and then they closed it again. It's already gone
because it was worse.
Yes,
they somehow made it worse.
They somehow made it worse after they put LeBron James and fucking Jason Voorhees, who look like a fucking brick wall.
To have all these licenses and the ability to have all the reference material, like I could have made it look better using the Half-Life engine. Okay,
fucking Mugen does it better.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Mugen exists for Mugen's like, oh, you have a sprite of that? Give me that. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm putting that in my game. What you think Shaggy could beat Goku? Guess what? He can.
That's true. They should have just went there like, hey, we're gonna give you the real license to use these characters.
Just go. Yeah, it's like I get what they were trying to do with it, but then it's those kind of games are really always interesting to look at because they try to copy Smash Bros and it never works. Because PlayStation All Stars that totally existed, but Splitgate 2 isn't the first unlaunched game before, but it's the first time they announced it as we're unlaunching the game and it's going in beta and we're also firing a bunch of people, so good luck actually playing this game.
God, man, that's just terrible. I think a lot of the reasons is because like a lot of people when they go off to go make the game, it's the company with the massive license that people love to have the characters on, and like, all right, we're gonna get a studio that does not make fighting games. What? Why would you do this?
Exactly.
It's honestly, just there are fighting game companies. Find what style you like and just let them use your license. You don't have to do anything, right? Just sit back and make money.
Let me introduce you to Marvel Token, where they literally just go, "Hey, Arc System Works, you made Dragon Ball Fighter Z, right? Yeah, here, here, have Marvel."
Right. It's just like DC, they're just like, hey, we see what you're doing with Marvel Rivals. If you could make our game, here's an NDA. Don't tell anyone you're making our game.
Here's the funniest thing about that, right? They had a game that has basically the same premise as Marvel Rivals, but it was done like League of Legends. And it was like DC like multiverse or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a League of Legends clone, and it did the same thing, but like different versions of Superman, Batman, all these characters, blah, blah, blah. And that shit failed because it was slower and worse than both Dota and League of Legends. So it just went away. At least Marvel Rivals came out when Overwatch 2 was at a low point, and And then Overwatch 2 had to adapt to Marvel Rivals and go, shit, they like this game. All right, we made our game different to match kind of like that game. Yeah, it's like when like, and that's the worst part is that the fighting game ones are also some of the worst ones because they don't understand. Like one of the worst rated games last year was the Jujutsu Kaisen fighting game because it was just terrible. Like people like they just released a Hunter x Hunter fighting game that's also terrible. But it's like sometimes these people who are making the games suck at it. So there's also a plus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
it's just hard to get a good game to be good.
Right. It's
hard. It is an art form.
Yeah. Sometimes you have the best intentions, and then you fuck it all up and cause probably one of the worst PR disasters you could possibly do. So this brings us to VShojo.
Okay.
So for people who don't know what this is, VShojo was like the first Western-based VTuber company. It launched in November of 2020, like right as like the pandemic started happening. Yep. So and they had a bunch of founding members that were already popular before it started. So like one of the more notable ones was Project Melody, who was popular because she was a VTuber that did not safe for work streams on a different website, but then also did regular streams on Twitch. And then she would like kind of cross promote each other on both sites.
So much hate on the green side.
Ooh. So she would do that, and then of course the big one, which we'll end up getting to, Iron Mouse, who was massively important to this whole thing. But yeah, so VShojo started in 2020, and it was immediately very popular. People really enjoyed it because when you were looking at VTubing, there was really only two companies, HoloLive and Nijisanji in Japan. Those are really, and they had English branches, but they were still Japanese-based companies.
Yeah.
And while there was a bunch of indie VTubers around before that, that was the first time they meshed together as like under one banner. And it was popular enough, and they had like a bunch of merch drops. You know, they were associated with the failed experiment of a G4 reboot because, of course, they did like concerts. They were in Smite.
Yep.
They put them as skins in Smite. You know, it was
never paladins.
It was this big organization. They've been doing stuff for a long time. They even were an alternative for some of the big names from the Nijisanji and HoloLive group, because there was a massive HoloLive VTuber named Coco, who is this dragon character who they forced to retire because they said she was either too old. I think there was like another controversy because people might have found out she was getting married or something. So she had to retire, and then she joined VShojo as Kason, which was her indie title, which became massively popular as well. And she made an easy transition crossover because she was born in Georgia and is fluent in English and Japanese.
Nice.
And then like another one was Pokemi, who also retired. That everybody was really sad, and she came over as a different person, Hinja, but it was big enough to get the big name talents that were leaving to join this organization. And then a bunch of the founding members started to just leave throughout the years. Like, oh, they're going their own way. And then over the past like year, a bunch of like their popular members started like leaving out of nowhere. Even like founders like Nintrea, who's been there for a long time. And then we get a video from Iron Mouse. So for people who don't know, Iron Mouse is arguably was VShojo's most popular streamer. She is in the top 10 of streamers on Twitch. She had the record for the most followers in a single stream. You know, she had the record for the most subscriptions or during a single stream. She is a massive streamer. She won like streamer of the year during the streamings and that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's also has an immune deficiency disease that prevents her from really leaving her house. And she's talked about it several times on stream that the only reason that she started VTubing is because it gave her something to do when she was bedridden, dealing with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And because of that, she did several streams. She did a charity stream to support IDF, which is the organization that helps her and gives her the plasma she needs to live. And then it was a massive success, so she did it a second time. And then the second stream happened, and everything was fine. Then we get this video from Iron Mouse saying that V Shoujo never donated the $500,000 they raised for charity to the organization that keeps her alive. And apparently they hadn't been paying their talents for a while. Because they hadn't had the money to do so. So because of this, right, we end up getting a bunch of other people that are part of VShojo dealing with the fallout. So Kason, the one I brought up earlier, she called the CEO of VShojo Japan and quit on stream. Like on stream, she goes, "You told me we were fine. Is that right?" He's like, "Yes." She's like, "But you didn't pay me, but you were fine." He's like, "Yes, I quit." Like on stream, just aggressive. It's just, and you kind of feel bad for him because you can tell that that it wasn't his call,
right?
And the more that's come out is that like he was told that they were fine, but all the money was connected to the Western branch who didn't have the money, but they only had the money to pay the staff and not the talent.
Oh my god!
So even though the Japanese branch was doing successful, was running in the black, the Western one was running in the red.
Completely mismanaged and
absolutely. So
was it like the Crunchyroll office? It's stupid stuff, or do we know yet?
So we don't know how bad it really is. One of the VTubers, Giga, who was a part of there, who had worked in previous talent relations and understands all that stuff. During her discussion, she talks about it. That she talked about how the staff they have is absurd. There shouldn't be this much staff here because I don't see 90% of the people you guys have on staff. Things aren't like the way you guys are going about it, aren't functioning, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So we got a response from the CEO of VShojo in this Twitter post here. I'll go ahead and like it's on the screen. So, but for the audio followers, I'm not going to read it word for word. But basically, he announced that they're shutting down, as that he did a bunch of things for fundraising to make sure they were liquid, but it didn't pay out. And here's the thing that one of the things that people were really worried about is that over the past few years, we raised over $11 million to pursue things. And people were like, where did that $11 million go? Yeah. And this block attacks of everything he talks about is borderline like promotional PR speak. I was like, oh yeah, we built infrastructure and did this and did this. It's like, as Giga put it, it's like, I don't know why you guys are saying this. Like, I don't know why you're saying this, because that looks terrible because your company's gone.
Yeah. Right.
But they ran out of money. And then here's the part that is really concerning is additionally, I acknowledge that some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with a talent activity, which I later learned was intended for a charitable initiative. At the time, we were working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs, and I firmly believed, based on the information available to us, that we would be able to do so and cover all expenses. We were unsuccessful in our fundraising effort. I made the decision to pursue funding, and I own its consequences. This man admitted to committing a crime.
That is crackhead logic. Listen, I know you gave me that money for food, but I'm going to sell some bikes. Okay. I found some bikes.
And here's one of the best features about the change to Twitter is Twitter notes. Some of the actual people, it's got noted, right?
Yeah.
Where he says that he claimed he didn't know, but he personally congratulated Iron Mouse on her charitable fundraising event, and also reposted directly about how half it's going to charity. So him saying he had no idea is a blatant, bold-faced fucking lie. So we have an entire company that was considered like a big three in an industry that was so mismanaged and misrun that it killed itself.
Oh my god.
It killed itself so quickly, and it's amazing to see the reaction. So like the Zentrea, I watched her reaction to it. She goes, 11 mil. Where did that $11 million come? Where did it go? I didn't see it. Right? And she goes, wait.
Booger sugar.
The charity event happened last year. And she's like, so you're telling me we came into this year already financially fucked? And he didn't tell anybody how fucked we really are going into this.
God damn.
So that whole thing absolutely positively collapsed. And people were absolutely pissed the fuck off about the whole situation.
As they should be.
Right. So when Iron Mouse announced that she was doing it, she also opened up a Tiltify for IDF. And as it stands now, which is IDF is the Immune Deficiency Foundation. As it stands now, Tiltify is a charity website where it allows you to donate directly to a charity through Tiltify. And as of right now, she had set the goal to $10,000. It's currently sitting at $1,317,811.
Nice.
So she not only doubled the original donation, but is getting close to tripling the original donation that they squandered and used and fucked up the entire company and everyone's reputation attached to it.
Right.
And now, as some of the NDAs are falling off, or people that have left don't have to worry about immediate repercussions from Bishojo because they're shut down.
Yeah.
Several of the people who left earlier said that they weren't allowed to talk. They weren't allowed to talk about what happened in Bishojo because they were threatened and harassed into staying silent by management there. You have people who were saying that they hadn't been paid for months. They've been struggling to pay for things because they've been holding out for like 6 months worth of pay that they never got. They had all these events like merch drops, stream situations, all these things they already had set up to happen that can't happen now, that aren't like attached to these things. Like during like Iron Mouse stream back, she showed off like she was going to be playing Bloodborne with another one of the members, and she had like made a specific model for when they played it together. And she's like, well, that event's gone now, so I'm still gonna use it. I made it. It's right, made. Yeah. And I talked to her. She okayed for me to talk about this, so we're just gonna do this. So now all of these people who thought they had some level of security being signed with this organization no longer have that security anymore. Now they're all indie, and there's quite a few of them that are still seem like they're going to be perfectly fine as indie. A lot of they've already built a fan base before they left, and for what little credit VShojo gets, they get to keep their IPs. So all their characters they made, they get to stay as those characters as indies, and they don't lose out on having to rebuild a fan base under a new character.
Right, which is okay. I'll give VShojo that. I'll give them that.
They get that modicum of okay, that's okay, but the rest of it is like, but you still should have paid your fucking people. you probably should not have worked with G4. You probably shouldn't waste your money setting all these things in motion that didn't work. Like they were in the process of trying to sign more VTubers by the time this happened.
Oh my God. But they don't have money.
I know.
So yeah, what did they have some sort of like weird, unique shape? Money scheme, like if they were like this person and everyone was just paying everything underneath it, some sort of unique shape of a triangle.
See,
if thing.
You would think that, but the fact is that all of them were on the same level, and it all went to the same one thing.
So it was
they spread it back out.
So it's a very flat.
So all the money went to one place and it spread out to the other places.
Oh, okay, that's so bad.
It's fucking terrible, and it goes to show you that some of running these organizations are not easy. Like going into a thing that you got to figure it out without any real understanding of what the fuck you're doing. It's gonna ruin it. I mean, we've seen this happen time and time again at this point.
Yeah.
Machinima, Defy Media.
Man, root your teeth,
Yeah. All these companies that had this organization that they were a part of that
we are libertarians,
fucked them over. Because they pocketed all the money and ran and left them in the lurch to try to figure out what to do after that. And just the amount of people that were upset and all the people that were hurt by it, which is crazy. The amount of people that donated money that didn't go to where it's supposed to go, and the amount of just nonsense that they were willing to just talk to try to save a little bit of good graces out of all of this, despite them being absolutely positively in the wrong. And how many of the people who were like, we thought he was a good guy. We talked to him. We hung out with him. We interacted with him. When we saw him, everything was fine. But now everything is fucked. So
gross.
Yes, absolutely. It's fucking terrible. And there were some funny memes, like I don't know how VShojo closed before Niji Sanji, with Niji Sanji every other fucking week having a controversy. Like one of their streamers was
Niji Sanji.
One of their streamers was caught doing stuff to himself on VR chat to somebody else. And that company is still around before VShojo. The other memes of like people taking screenshots of the VShojo Twitter page or the website and putting Spirit of Halloween on it.
Oh, man. We've got the downfall of VShojo before GTA 6. Okay.
Damn. Fuck, bro. I was so hyped for that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, yeah, this probably was like cracks in the system. Or they didn't pay attention to. I didn't think they had to pay attention to, right? Like, I'm sure there's probably like like money talks, shows like, oh, I don't need to pay attention to that. There's tons of money coming in. Why do we need to have money? I'm not going to pay attention to the money talk.
If anybody's really interested in it, go look up Giga's stream. Giga talked about it. She has more. When she was brought in, she was shown where they were at. And if you listen to her talk about it, her talking about like startups fail when they get the first round of seed money. You have to work towards getting this to get more investors, to get the second round of seed money, and they weren't working towards that. The from what I saw, the things that they were doing were not going to lead to them getting more seed money, etc. So she really broke it down and really went into like some minute details of the actual repercussions of it, especially since it's based out of California, so they have to work with California labor laws. So everything that happened with this has to get connected to the California labor laws as well. So the amount of people who have money that they're still owed, and California says you have to pay them.
Yep.
So her stream I feel like was the most informative. When you watch other people who were involved in it, you'll get all their different reactions. Also feel bad for the ones that were on vacation when this dropped, and they come back and they're like,
I don't have a job.
I'm leaving. Obviously, fuck this company. I'm obviously leaving this company and going indie because fuck this.
Yep.
So yeah, gotta love your CEO admitting to committing a crime in his response to saying, yeah, I fucked up, but I also committed a crime though.
Here's the crimes. Yeah. Fun times. Yeah.
I definitely stole from charity and put it somewhere else. Like 100%. like for sure.
I don't know, man. It's just all these all these companies getting hit with just messing with charity. Just donate the money, like you said. You're going to
exactly.
Don't touch it. Don't be like, oh man, I could spend it, but I'm just gonna get up my roulette wheel. Okay, I just gotta put some of it on.
If they had gambled it, I would be like, bro, that person's fucked up. If this person is like, nah, I just took it and spent it elsewhere. I just put it over there. I spent it on that instead of what it's supposed to be. At least if you gambled, it's like, bro, has an addiction. He's sick. Now it's just like, oh, you're just dumb.
You're just dumb.
You're just dumb and an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of your biggest stars lives because of this. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Could he use the organization as a VTuber farm? Just started farming them. Please give me your list of people. Why? I'm just gonna make 10 more. Anyways.
But yeah,
it's awful.
Yeah, so if people want to do it, you can always look up Iron Mouse Tilts 5 if you want to donate to the charity, because that's really fucked up. Without easy, fuck off. But it is a good cause. You can look at a lot of stuff about IDF and that whole thing, because since it's a very rare disease, and that's really hard for people to actually understand some of the stuff that comes with it, of her being stuck in the house or having to get plasma cycled in, the difficulty of donating plasma for a lot of people, and how they don't get a lot of plasma as much as they need for some people. This is it's a whole thing. It's very interesting. And
you get paid for donating plasma. So
yeah, you do. You do get paid for donating plasma. So if you can, you should. Because it helps people who desperately need it. And some people just can't live as a normal society with the way they are. I mean, I think it was last year she went outside for the first time in like 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And it was just that little bit of time. She wasn't out there for long, but she was able to do that,
nice.
And the fact that like there are so many things that she could have been if she didn't have this disease, because she's a classically trained opera singer. Yeah, it's like, so that is a whole other thing. But Yeah, it's something you guys should look
she's
into.
insanely talented.
Oh, it's amazing.
Iris is insanely talented, which I didn't know until I watched a few of her. She was like, "Who is this very loud lady?" Oh, she's more than just loud.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's very interesting stuff. One, don't sign to an organization if you don't trust them. Two, if they bring in somebody who knows what they're doing and they don't listen to them, you should probably leave.
Time to get out,
You should probably leave when the person goes, "Oh yeah, oh you brought me in to help you with this, and I gave you suggestions, and you put it in the shredder. Yeah, you should probably go. You should probably get the fuck out.
Just leave." Yeah. If the Titan sub didn't show you anything, just gotta leave. They listen to you, just leave.
Yeah,
because you don't want to be in Congress. Listen, I quit when these happen.
And then support a lot of these people. A lot of them stream often. Some of them are now just in a position where their livelihood is completely changed. Yep. Some of them might changing careers, which is inevitable in this kind of entertainment space. But support the ones that you're interested in. Find new ones if you can.
Yep. Some might be in better spaces because they don't have to worry about, at least the company to go greedy and like keep all their stuff.
Right. They keep all their identities compared to like the fact that Kason didn't have to switch her personality or character again after leaving, or we even had like the big one where like HoloLive's Gora retired and now she's streaming as her indie thing, her indie character who's a cat girl who's a fish. I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's weird. But hey, people enjoy it, Yeah,
that's fine.
But yeah, watching an organization collapse in such a massive way, people just donate to charity. I feel like that is the border, the baseline. If you say this money goes to charity, just fucking donate it to charity.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah. Don't put it in a savings account and don't touch it for years.
This goes to charity.
Yeah.
Give it to charity.
Exactly. Just give it to charity.
We're talking to you, E-dubs. If you're a boxing event, money goes to charity. It should go to charity, not having influencers show up at your event. Yeah. And having a pot that nobody knows about.
Yeah. Or a golf event.
Yeah, or a golf event that should go to charity, or a streaming event about indie games that should go to charity.
Yeah.
Man, just imagine if these people donated to charity, they wouldn't have gotten fucked over like this.
I know, right?
It's almost like if you do a humanitarian act, you should follow through on it because it makes you look like a total piece of shit if you don't. Who would have thought?
All right. Any last words? I'm gonna end the show here. I gotta get up in the morning and do stupid stuff.
No, I think that statement is pretty accurate. I think that sums it up. If you're gonna donate to charity, just fucking do it and don't be a piece of shit about it. Watch for games being unlaunched and censorship is stupid. And if you need to find the things that are censored, there's a guy who has a wing cave that knows how to get the things that you want. All you have to do is go to your local magic event, and you'll find him there. He'll help you out. He'll help you out. He'll help you out.
Yeah, get everything down on it. Reinhold?
Yeah.
Reinhold was.
I've just been letting you guys go.
Yeah, he's like, bruh. I was like, I've been asleep for the last 3 minutes.
Bruh. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming in, watching this show today. It was an amazing time on this if you made it this far in the episode, you're a true key holder. That I thank you. Because listen to anything else in the world, but you decided to listen to this, and appreciate it. This is a live podcast. We started recording at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come hang out with us live. It's a lot of fun. You know, we know we're on a podcast network, and to the 350 plus of you downloaded this show every week. Well, at least when Spangle puts us out. We appreciate you guys, but we'd love to come and hang out with you live. But we understand.
Or when we record it, don't forget about that part. We had to record it sometimes too.
Yeah, when we record it too. Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good week. Adios.
Bye guys.
Oh yeah, but before I say, we're no show next week because I'll just be getting back in town. I'm way too tired. So, anyways, peace out.